finally the top 10, and here we go. Before I get started, better put a shout out. A lot of these bands were found this year, YouTube, Spotify, mates, but heavily influenced from the reactors that I look at. Galactic Criminal, got a huge amount of bands off that guy. Go and check out his channel, check out his reactions. Ripper bloke, and checks out some great bands. Metal Bird's another one. Two Toe Tags, those guys are rippers as well. Check out some good bands. And the guys from True Shot, check out their YouTube channel. We've got some great music as well. They're an actual band. Anyway, getting down to the top 10, and we have at number 10 The Contradiction. And these guys, they're all types of music: progressive metalcore, Arab metal, and black and deathcore. So you've got everything in this album, and it is a cracker. Here we go. Coming in at number 9, found these guys earlier in the year, and they're an Aussie band, and there's plenty of good Aussie bands coming out in the metal scene at the moment. Xenobiotic. Some great riffs from these guys, bit death metal, deathcore, chops and changes, and full of energy. Coming in at number 8 is a band that blew me away. I did not expect them to be in my top 10. I didn't expect them to be anywhere, to be honest. Just did the research and thought, right, 2020 release, give this a listen. Wow, it blew me away. Progressive death metalers with a bit of classical in there. Cult of Lilith. This album is really special. The chops and changes, the riffs, fantastic. Coming in at number 7, a band that I saw live way back in '94, and when I heard this, the first release, I loved it. Then the album was dropped, and every song just blew me away. They have progressed from their early thrash days, and some of their ambience, the symphonic stuff, just added, and they do not lose any of their heaviness. This is an awesome album. This is Sepultura. 6, cannot believe these guys missed out on the top 5. But they have. I could change it if I wanted to. Probably would. Anyway, these guys are from Sweden. These guys knocked me dead when I first heard them earlier in the year. I think it was on Galactic Criminals channel. Man, these guys kick ass. They released 3 singles, Nensha, Rebirth and The Shadowing. Loved it. Loved the way they changed from cleans to harsh. The riffs are fantastic and the guitar solos, man, are cool. Number 6, Orbit Culture. Righto, top 5, here we go. Did not expect these guys to be in the top 5, top 10. The album dropped mid-year, about June, July. I'm not too sure when I heard it. Liked it. Put a few songs on the playlist. Soil, Hell Will Come From You All, and Final Judgment. 3 really great tracks. These guys are from Brisbane, Australia. Even better. They've got 3 guitarists that use 8-string guitars. The man's voice is as deep as fuck. They go atmospheric, they're fast, they're slow, they're heavy, they bring it. The version's crowned number 5 and well deserved. So, there is no number 4, there is no number 3. The reason for that is there is equal second. I've got 3 bands in it too. I couldn't separate them, kept thinking about it, and it was too hard. So depending on the mood that I'm in, depends on which band is driving, and they're all full of emotions in different ways. So I'll go to the first band of the 3. The first one, Lorna Shore. Immortal, the single, it's an album as well, but the single dropped late last year, the album dropped in 2020, earlier this year. Immortal is the best deathcore song that I have heard. CJ smashes it with all his range. 3 tracks that really got me going, obviously Immortal, Obsession, which isn't a really high player on Spotify, which I'm really surprised, and Darkest Spawn. And CJ left for, well, I got kicked out of the band for certain reasons, but man, I wish he could come back, because these guys in this album, if you're in the top 5, every track has got a rock. Those 3 definitely do, but the rest of the album do as well. Love the emotion and the heaviness, the ambient noises that this band, it's almost like a symphonic deathcore band. Can't wait to see what they do next. Alright, the second band of the three. Well, it's Ingested. The two that I've got on now, they're not number one. Geez, they came really, really close. These guys are from the UK. I heard a couple of their older albums, loved it, and then Impending Dominance dropped, and wow, loved it. Couldn't wait for the album to come out. And that did not disappoint. Follow the Deceiver, crushing, and then they've got a couple of guests vocalists on the album, and it just adds to it. I think Kirk Weinstein on Another Breath, just something totally different. And again, track to track, this does not disappoint. Heavy, brutal, love it. Ingested. Band that comes in second place, I really thought was going to win it, and this dropped in December, and it has gone way under the radar. And that's, now I've got no idea how you pronounce the last word or any of the words, Genus or Dennis D or Day. These guys are from Italy, symphonic death metal, atmospheric death metal, whatever. It is a theatrical experience to listen to this band. And the music videos that are going with it, they're making a mini movie out of it, slowly releasing one after the other. I think they're up to about 5 music videos at the moment. This is just an experience to listen to. It goes for over an hour, this album, and absolutely love it. We are the number one album of 2020. Actually started in 2019, but the album was released early on March 2020. I heard the first track of this album late last year, and it blew me away. These guys are heavy, the voice is a little bit familiar. Shared it, everyone loved it. Going, yeah, and that was Lambs to the Slaughter late last year. That's a single from Visceria. And after that, the subsequent singles that followed, every time, man, fuck, this is heavy, fuck, this is good. It just blew me away. So this is a band that is from members of other bands getting together and going, right, we want to play like bands like Pantera and Killswitch and some of the 2009 late 90s bands that really influenced them. They came out with Obsidian, and then I think it was Immersed in Ire and Delilah. And each track was just, man, this album's going to rock, and it did. And the thing, if you're going to make it in the top 10, the top 5, every track has got to hit the mark. And this band, Visceria, smashed it. The lead singer was from Heart of a Coward. He does have some cleans in it, but it suits the music and the style. There's a guy from Solosis and a couple of other bands as well. Really looking forward to see these guys live if hopefully they come down under. But the #1 album, and it was because of the consistency all the way through and the emotion it brings out, the Syria.